Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Jumping right into this video, I am doing a everyday soft glam makeup look. I know soft glam is super trendy right now. However, when I do glam, it's usually a soft glam. This is my favorite sort of glam look using all my favorite products right now. And I figured it was a perfect time to just start off the year with my everyday sort of look. And this is glam, this is full coverage, but it's the soft glam, which I love. So we're starting off with my skincare and just making sure my base is nice and moisturized, especially in the winter. I gotta take a few extra steps just to get this nice and good. So I'm using the Giorgio Armani Prima line, and everything I've tried from that line I absolutely love. And this is a newer product to me, and it is the Smart Moisture Serum. It looks like this, and you just take a couple drops. And this is supposed to keep your face hydrated throughout the day. Apparently add moisture when you need it. So I've just been using this and really like it, especially under a glam look. I just want to make sure that my skin has a nice base, super moisturized. From the same line, I'm just using the lip and eye contour perfector and just taking a little bit under my eye. And you can also put this on your lips as well. And I feel like this kind of fills in and smooths out any fine lines that you have. And I always have to put eye cream on before doing my makeup, even if I put eye cream on in the morning. Just like moisturizer, I just need to make sure that I re-moisturize all the areas so that my makeup goes on nice and smooth. Another step for priming, this is an actual face primer for your foundation, and I've been really liking it. I was unsure if I was going to. This is the Benefit Professional, the Hydrate one, and I like the original pore filling one, but I do actually like this one more, which I wasn't thinking I would because I didn't think anything would beat the original for me, but this just works a little bit better for my skin type, and it fills in my pores, but it's not too thick and not too drying. So I've been just using this in my T-zone. For foundation, I'm always mixing it up. You guys know I'm a sucker for foundation. And right now I'm back to my Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. And I'm going to be mixing a little bit of my Dior Face and Body Glow into it, just to give it more of a glow. This is more of a matte foundation. It is quite perfecting, but I want to mix this together just to give it that extra dewy glow and a little bit of a sheen, and I love the color. So I'm just mixing that on the back of my hand, and I'm using the color Sand, which is a pretty good match for me. I do have self-tan on, so I'm going to be matching my body. That is one pump of the foundation, which is really good for an everyday look, but everyday glam, I want a little bit more coverage. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of the foundation, mix together the glow again, and just build up that coverage. And then for concealer, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm almost done this. I'm actually like scraping the sides of it. So I'm going to put a considerable amount on because I use it to highlight, and I like how thick this is for filling in my under eye as well. I think the consistency of this works really nicely with the Too Faced foundation. Also bring it up the side of my nose just to help when I do my nose contour later. Just keeps it nice and light there and just does a reverse contour effect. So I'm not putting any extra product, I'm just kind of evenly spreading it out right now. If you want to maintain the coverage, just let your concealer set a little bit, then just blend kind of around the edges, and it kind of maintains that coverage. If you're using a damp beauty sponge, it will take off any excess product, but I do find it helps maintain that coverage if you just let it set for a little bit before going in and blending it out right away. Now that our concealer is done, I'm going to go ahead and use my Huda Beauty powder to set my concealer and then lightly set the rest of my face. And this powder is super perfecting, so that's why I like it. I like to get my skin looking fairly perfected and set prior to going and bringing that life back to the skin, which you will see how I get the glow back. But I'm just going to take a little bit of that powder, and I don't bake with this. I just press it in And you want to make sure your sponge is damp when you're pressing powder into your skin. I also set my lid space. And I do the T-zone first. Then taking about this amount, I just use that for the rest of my face. So I kind of just disperse it and then quickly press that in. And if you have any problem areas, I just go and make sure those are taken care of. So that is my problem area. This really smooths that section out. After I'm done my foundation base, I like to go ahead and do my brows. And then I move on to eyes and finish off the face. The way that makes sense to me. So I'm using some brow gel to run through my brows. You have seen me do my brows like this a bunch of times. I have a whole video on it. So I just like to flatten out my brow hairs. Just see what I'm working with, kind of. And then I go in with my Urban Decay brow blade and just fill in all the sparse areas. Then after I fill in my brows, I take a little bit of my concealer and I go in with a flat brush and just carve out the bottom part of my brows just in case there's any hairs or things that I need to clean up because I haven't been plucking, so it just cleans it up a little bit better. And then I don't touch above my brow. I like to keep it still looking bushy. Next, we're moving on to eyeshadow. And I've been using the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette. However, this was a limited edition thing, so I'm going to just be replicating the colors that I use in here, which are just basic matte shades for my soft glam look. And I found the exact shades in this new palette from Catrice, which is much more affordable. And this is the Basic Bay palette. Perfect for everyday, has a little mirror, all everyday basic colors to use, and they have the exact same tones I was looking for in this, which is perfect because I don't think you can get this any longer. This palette comes out at the end of January, I think. I rarely get things early to play around with, so I thought it'd be fun to use in this look, and it worked out perfectly. It literally has every single color I was using in that palette, and I've been looking to dupe those colors for you. Taking a fluffy brush, I'm just going in with the shade Squad. And this will be my transition color. This is the perfect color for transition for me. And I always like to wing out my eyeshadow just a little bit. Just think it's more flattering on my eye shape. So for soft glam, I don't like to be too heavy with anything I'm using. Do a light hand and just gradually build. You just want to make sure everything's blended. Now I always like to go above my crease slightly just to make it look like I have bigger eyes because I don't have that much lid space I'm working with. Just gives the illusion of bigger eyes, bigger lid space. So the initial placement in the color I use for the crease is really important. Next, taking this color right here, use a smaller brush and just place it in the outer corner, and that blends really nicely. And then I just kind of gradually blend it up into the crease. I don't want to bring it too far over. I want to keep that fairly light in the inner corner. And then when you get the initial placement and rough blend done, I just go back with that bigger brush we were using before, and then I just blend out any harsh edges. Now that everything is soft and diffused, I love colors like this. This is the shade Basic, which is like the perfect name, because literally I use these basic vanilla-y creamy colors all the time, just with a fluffy shadow brush. You can use a blending brush too. I just want to lightly add some light to that area and just kind of clean up the lid space. Get in that inner corner, which can be dark, especially on me. So you might not be able to see too much of a difference, but this eye definitely appears a little bit larger. And I just like to do a soft blend again, so there's no harsh lines. And to switch up this look, sometimes I'll go a little bit more heavy-handed with the colors. So it really depends on just how much makeup you want to wear. But I wanted to keep it fairly light Then to complete my eyeshadow look, I'm just going to take a chocolate colored brown, like this TBT shade right there. And I like to do a smoky wing. So it's easier just to kind of see than me talk through this. I take a very small amount and I concentrate it to the outer portion of my eye. And then I just gradually build up the color and blend it out to my desired smokiness. You will see, super easy to do, but I feel like it's more natural and it really gives that soft glam look, just that added extra bit of something. I just like a little bit of a smoky liner and I think it's so perfect for soft glam. Now that we have our soft smoky wing and soft glam eye look, I'm just going to go ahead and put on my mascara, which is the CoverGirl Uncensored, curling my lashes, throwing on a pair of lashes. These lashes are really natural and just really give that soft glam look. For an everyday makeup, obviously don't need to wear lashes, but to give it that glam, I do think these are really pretty. They're from Kiss, and they're the Pixie 02 lashes, kind of like an Ardell Demi Wispy. Super flattering on everyone, I find. I'm just going to finish off underneath my eyes first. I'm going to take Squad, MOTD, and TBT, the three browns that I used, and just gradually build up the smokiness underneath my eye to the desired intensity. And I'm keeping the darkest shade just to the very corner of my lower lash line, just to give me a little bit of depth and to kind of connect that eyeliner we did. And then I'm just going to take my time doing my lower lashes just to keep them nice and light and spaced out. I don't want them to clump up and just to be very light on the mascara. Those are the eyes complete. I love how this kind of eye looks. It's super soft, a little bit of a smoky wing, nice and fluffy lashes, but minimal. They're not as big as I usually go. Now we're going to move on to finishing off the face. I'm going to first start with adding some glow back to my skin, and we can actually bronze up a little bit more today because I feel like I'm looking a little light compared to my body. I definitely could have went darker in my foundation. Bronzer will tie everything back together. To bring back the glow to my skin, I absolutely love this powder. It is from Cover FX, and it is their illuminating setting powder in light. They do have a dark option as well. I just take a little bit of this powder on a stippling brush like this, something that's super light and airy, so that I don't apply too much, because you can definitely go overboard with this. You can also pinpoint highlight with this to just use as a regular highlight if you use a denser brush. But I'm just going to put this on my cheeks to add a bit of glow, my forehead just to give me that perimeter all over face glow. And once you've reached your desired glowiness, you can definitely build this up more, but I'm just going to start light. Then I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my face, because we definitely need to add a little bit more bronze to the skin. To bronze up my skin, I'm using my Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie bronzer. Love this bronzer. It's my favorite if I want something warm tone, but not too warm. And this is a little bit darker, so it's definitely going to match my tan going on. Also just going to do a light contour with this. I don't like leaving my neck bare of bronzer, because this kind of just ties the color back into my body. Once we're nice and bronzed, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I'm going to mix a couple colors because this is too warm and this is too cool for me. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic, and this is the Fenty bronzer that we were using. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bake my nose and just lightly underneath my bronzer just to clean everything up. You will see the before and after how everything looks with everything chiseled out and contoured. Sweep away underneath my bronzer right away, or otherwise my skin is left very light, which I don't like the look of. And then I kind of let my nose just hang out there while I finish off my face. And if it's still looking a little bit light, just kind of press it in. Now for blush, I'm using one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's from MAC, and it is in Pink Swoon. It is so gorgeous. I love a bright pink cheek. It's like my favorite thing. This doesn't have a mirror. That doesn't work. So I'm going to focus it on the apples, which normally I don't do with my regular burnt tone blushes. But with pink, Ooh, how I love the look. Like, how gorgeous does that cheek color look? Love pink cheeks. So I've been liking a lot of blush lately, which is unusual. I also like putting it a little bit on my nose. Just tying everything together. Whatever's left over, just kind of sweeping it on my face. Because I like the tones to all like mesh together. Then for my highlight, I'm either using my Dior, which is beautiful, or my Clinique, which is also beautiful. Both similar colors, just one's cream liquid and one's powder. I'm going to be using powder today just because this is a limited edition and I just want to get use out of it while it's still available. I'm using my Makeup by Mario highlight brush, which is my favorite brush for highlight right now. And then for lips, I have two lip combos that I'm always alternating between for an everyday soft glam. So I'm going to show you both of them right now. The main colors are both from Dose Colors, which is kind of perfect if you're going to place an order and buy them at the same time, because these are my go-to lip colors. And then I paired them up with a couple of my favorite lip pencils, which you can tell are my favorite because they're like so tiny right now. I've used so much of them. I'm going to start off with the pink because I honestly wear the sand color more often because that is my favorite nude of all time. But I have been loving pink. So we are going to do that first. And you guys can tell me which color you like best in the comments below. Do you like Bear With Me or do you like sand? So we're doing the pink first, which is Bear With Me. I'm using Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury to outline my lips. And then for any lip combo, I almost always do this. This is from MAC. It's the Lip Mix in white. Always talking about this. But if you don't have this and you like nude or to ombre your lips, this really helps do that without mixing a billion colors. So just put that in the center. And it just lightens that color up a little bit more. If I want the color to look less pink, I'll use a different lip pencil like Contour, which I do for my next lip combo. But this is my pink everyday soft glam lip with this look. And next I do the same thing just with different colors. So I use Pat McGrath Contour and then Dose of Color Sand, which is my perfect nude of all time. I still have yet to find anything that I love more than this color. So you guys probably see me wear it all the time, use it all the time, but it's my favorite. So gotta show it some love. It's truly what I use. So using contour, it gives my lip a little bit more of a cool tone, which I personally really like. I don't like my lips being too warm. I love a brown, but nothing too warm. It has to be neutral to cool, preferably neutral. But I feel like with the sand and the contour, it just gives me that really nice neutral tone brown lip that I like. And then to finish off my face, I'm just going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter because if this is an everyday glam, I want it to be locked and loaded all day. Still my favorite long wearing setting spray if I don't want to alter the appearance of my skin, because I thought it was looking pretty good, so I don't want to add too much more glow or anything like that. I want it just to be as is but locked. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial of my interpretation of what soft glam is. If you've been following me for a while, you know that soft glam is my thing that I like to do. If I'm going to be doing glam looks, it's typically a soft glam type of look. So I love this trend going on and I wanted to hop on and do my own look because it's right up my alley of what I personally love to wear. This is using all my favorite products to achieve this sort of look, and I hope you guys learned something and found this useful and enjoyed this look. I had so much fun filming it because it's truly what I love and use and would wear. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more tutorials, definitely give this a thumbs up. I know they're not as popular as other videos, but I love filming makeup videos. Clearly, I love makeup and I just love the whole process. I find it so relaxing and I'm in just such a good mood after filming this. I have another video to film for you guys, which will actually be up before this one. So I'm hoping you liked my makeup in this future video that you would have already seen that I have to film. And this is it. This is right here. So does that even make sense? I don't know. I'm rambling. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.